The law of the land, a $15 minimum wage, double the federal level. And a few hours after the governor was signing that into law, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo looking to do the same in his state. Other states, Massachusetts for one, Washington, D.C., the district looking at doing that. All suits this young lady just fine. That Quasia LeGrand is one of the founders of the Fight for 15 movement. She joins us right now. Very good to have you.
Hi, Neil. How you doing?
I'm okay.
Good to be here.
You know, do you find this a little bit too fast, too much too fast? I mean, even some liberal economists, some union economists are saying we could see when the president first proposed, you know, a $9.25 minimum wage and up to 10 over a number of years, that was doable in stages. This is too much too fast. A lot of people are going to lose their jobs. You say what?
No, I say this is great that it's happening fast. People are losing their jobs now as we speak. Whether we fight or not, people are already losing their jobs, losing their homes. And this is the way that us standing in solidarity, standing together, this is the way to keep us together and have job security. So by this moving rapidly the way it is definitely great for all low-wage workers around this country.
Let me ask you something. When you go, let's say, to a fast food restaurant, do you look at the price of the items on the menu? Would you pay more for some of those items if it meant a higher minimum wage for the workers there?
Let's just say the fact that I work at a fast food place and barely could pay for the #1 meal because I had to work at least 2 hours. Yes, I think that says a whole lot. That says that something has to change. For me to put back into my economy, I need more money in my pockets.
But what about people who go to that restaurant, let's say to a McDonald's, where Big Mac, let's say, is $3.99, right? The estimate is that it would rise to $5.50 to support a $15 minimum wage. Not right away, in stages, but that it would. And that a lot of people who might not work in fast food might look at that and say, well, forget that, I'll go somewhere else. What do you say?
I say to that, they raising everything each and every day.
Well, that's a pretty big leap, you know. I mean, I'm looking at this equation. That's going from $3.99 to $5.50. A Big Mac meal from $5.69 to $7.85 for a lot of families who don't have a lot of money. That's a big deal.
I mean, McDonald's raised the Big Mac just last week, but yeah, I have not received a raise. So therefore, everything else is going up but our pay. And that's why 64 million workers who are living in poverty decided to stand together to make a difference, to bring back our country and make it stronger.
No, I see what you're saying, and I understand your frustration. You want to get paid more. A lot of people want to get paid more. But do you ever worry that it could boomerang on you? A lot of these restaurants, McDonald's included, are automating services, kiosks now that used to have people. Now all that automated. The food line is automated. We're seeing this in scores of places where to cut back on the costs of labor, everyone from fast food franchises to retail stores are doing that. Are you afraid that you're going to speed that process up and push yourself right out of a job?
Not at all. McDonald's been around a long time. If they didn't want people in their store, they would have been replaced us with robots. Nobody wants to come in McDonald's and talk to a machine.
They are going that way. You see, even before we got to $15, they've been doing that.
And we're still there because they need us. And as those machines there,
no, actually, they're scaling. No, what I meant to tell you is they're scaling back their workers. Don't you think an environment like this might push them to do more of that? And then, you know, it could be so dramatic, so fast, that you won't know what hit you. And a lot of your colleagues you're fighting hard to support and get them higher wages could find themselves out on the unemployment line.
That's not going to stop us from fighting what we deserve, because we deserve $15 an hour and the right to unionize. And that's not going to stop us, no matter what McDonald's want to push back onto us.
Let's take McDonald's out of it if we can, Quasia. Let's talk about a small store, let's say a diner in the area, and now he has to, or she has to pay $15 to its minimum wage workers. They might not be able to afford that, like maybe a McDonald's, even through franchisees could. What do you say to them?
Well, what I say to that, Neil, actually today I just read in the Washington Post that a Republican posted a research that 80% of business owners agree already to raising the minimum wage, because they know for a fact if we have more money, we be able to put money back into
I remember the story you're referring
the community, and so therefore, Business owners already
No,
agree.
no, I didn't mean to jump on your question. I think that same study said everyone agrees, or most that they talk to, for a hike in the minimum wage. I think there should be a hike in the minimum wage. I think that effectively doubling the federal rate to $15 is a little abrupt, don't you think?
Let's just say this now. When we came out with this message, it was to attack these corporations who is making billions in dollars each and every day off our backs, who know for a fact that they could pay us more than what they're paying us now. They couldn't afford it. They couldn't afford it.
But when I was looking at all those protesters, I didn't see many young kids or kids, high school, college, who are the lion's share of those minimum wage jobs. I didn't see them out there. I saw a lot of union guys out there. And I'm wondering if this was more a union issue than it was an issue for people who really want that hike.
Neil, I don't know what you was looking at, but I definitely not traveled across this country and met different workers across this country. So I know for a fact there's many of low-wage workers on these front lines.
All right, so all the union workers that I did see here in New York, that I did see in Chicago, that I did see in Atlanta, that I did see in Houston, that I did see in LA, that I did see in San Francisco, they weren't there?
They weren't there. Everybody around this country support this movement. They support the fact that low-wage workers, the 64 million workers around this country that's living in poverty, they support it.
Well, you hope they support it,
it.
because if they're willing to fork over more dough for the stuff that they enjoy, then you might be right. They'll support it and prove it with their wallet. If they don't, then you could be hurting, right?
Not at all.
Okay.
We stand in solidarity. We stand strong. We're willing to fight back.
All right.
And we're willing to hold our ground as workers in solidarity.
Niquasia, thank you very, very much. You stood your ground right there. We'll have more. The fallout after this.